and potentially a Poppy over the top of
and
it
as
well
afterwards, yeah.
with the Poppy support, meaning that a lot of your dash supports, or things which make you dash, the Leona and the Nautilus hook, namely. Going to go for the Braum instead for lane dominance. Kai'Sa Braum, not always the most intuitive combos. Coming up, Elyoya actually skipping over the vision currently. Might just run into Yike.
Do it that. We're going to look bot lane briefly though, as Alvaro will step forward, puts down the Ignite to Targamas, who's used the steadfast presence, doesn't quite have the passive proc. Kalista did not enjoy the damage back though, nonetheless.
Wall.
Nice turnaround though, good call on the wall stun. First blood to Targamas. Kalista got the barrier and survived. Blood shot forwards, it doesn't work. And MKOI are fish on a barbecue. Talk about both teams being very, very good on a snowball, but MKOI we've definitely characterized as a fast team. And they are but one of the grubs. Elyoya around, but I don't know how easy it will be to come and contest as yet.
Especially going into the Poppy and into the Taliyah, not really where you want to be, especially before you have that Vi ultimate. Braum messes the Q, and that's a miss counter.
Okay, well, it's going to be a public, I don't know, bluff is what it'll be, but still the turnaround is pretty good. Alvaro now in danger, getting shunted into a wall. Elyoya gets the grub at least, but Super ain't feeling so hot and goes down.
Slow again than we sometimes expect from both these teams, and you know, it's quite, in fact, actually, if we look back to the first time these guys played this split, Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights got a little bit baited into big fights. Might see something here, as the terrain definitely favors the Poppy getting a wall stun if you do sit against that pit.
Nice combo from Vladdy. Chunks about takes about half of Alvaro's HP away there, but the grub's still secured. Oh yeah, you've got the Aurora in mid lane as well. Asked to be more of an AD threat. This vision toggle again. Alvaro tries to buy time, but that door swiftly shut down. Targamas on a killing spree. 3 out of
Yike. Tri-Brush has been utterly nasty towards Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights. They really struggle when that vision is down.
Hang on. Vladdy trying to get a hold of the turret, does knock it down, but Jojo has now gone across the veil with the between world flash on forward for the threaded volley, and Yike's there as well and picks up the bunny rabbit.
Herald being started up by Elyoya, but it feels like it is just a consolation prize. They have not managed to get themselves into this game yet, and yeah, they have 4 grubs. They haven't been able to really use them.
Just got mid lane tier 1 as well. Here comes Vladdy to fight over on this Herald. Alvaro in danger, the seismic shove onto Elyoya, the public execution just shy. But Canna now still in a good position to fight this one out 1v3. Targamas flashing for the heroic charge into the wall. Braum about to get caught up by a lot of very angry spectral.
Guys to be fighting, folks. Super taking that chunk.
Ooh, two-shot barrage came flying across, was going towards Super. He's picked up at least the honey fruit empowered by the Camry. Vladdy also now had his Seraphs popped. Overcomes Yike, wants to fight this one off with MKOI. Coming in force, teleporting back in. Between worlds, popped by Jojo, looking for a bit more angle. Targamas stunned up, might well be going down first. Kill of the game to Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights. Going to be donated over to Super on the Kai'Sa.
So, Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights get themselves something.
20% HP. This Kai'Sa has struggled to keep the HP totals high because KC have managed to land a number of key skill shots. Elyoya's just found Canna. There's a turnaround as Yike comes across with the Nature's Grasp. The Vi is experiencing violence. Atakan's just spawned, and you have no spite.
No smites. Elyoya uses the flash to try and escape, but it is to no avail. Karmine Corp have done it like the tutorial, and while all this is happening, Vladdy has teleport. Doesn't feel any need to press it towards the top side of the map. He's going to take an inner turret for himself as well. This is textbook League of Legends. Karmine Corp going from moment to moment on the map, getting control of an area and locking Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights out of it.
Winning on both sides of the map, you get the kill, you get the Atakan, all the while your Taliyah isn't even there. This game is looking exceptionally one
with the setup. The Herald just forcing Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights to respond in mid lane. Ezreal keeps firing out Qs because he absolutely can with those. Turret might even just die here. Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights, what is your answer?
Picture in picture, there's a 1v1 happening. The public execution buffered through with the all-out. I think they will get the withdrawal. Nice 1v1 by Mirwin, but it's a feel-good moment. It's not actually a proper kill. And all the while, mid lane, Targamas looking to try and get across Elyoya, who's shoved back into a seismic shove. Oh! Cease and desist is just Vi being deceased. Nature's Grasp comes across to teleport in from Jojo to his own tier 3 to try and join the fight. Goes across the veil and between worlds, but that rabbit is being hunted again, can go nowhere but an early grave.
That is a very, very sad joke. They still have the Atakan left up now. They get to take themselves the soul at 23 minutes. This is so clean from Karmine. Just trust in me, because Vladdy could have TP'd to save Canna. Chose not to, knows his top lane is going to live. Another tower goes down. Another Vial doesn't get what Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights want from them. They're trying to make plays. None of them have worked.
They are coming up absolutely empty. Karmine Corp on the other side, everything they touch turns to gold. It's the Midas touch right now, and Does feel a bit mythological, this lead right now. 10.2k, not even got Baron spawned. They're breaking another inhibitor. They're still waiting to try and find a moment. Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights, I think it's a desperation play. It's a Hail Mary and pray and you find something at this point because everything else has failed.
2 inhibitors.
Viable job
Yeah.
of making their way through their own red side jungle to try and contest. I just don't think they're going to have an opportunity. The Baron's going to go down. Can they find an option afterwards? The wall to deny 2 people coming across there.
Wait, the Poppy?
Nature's grasp. Poppy looking for a slam into the Talia wall. Weaver's wall does it to work. Alvaro now in danger, trying to run away. Flash shot forward. Vladdy gets that one on the other side. Alioya goes into the backline. Super tries to alter. They don't even find that. It is just another disaster of a fight. Karmine Corp can do no wrong. And Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights, it's back to the drawing board. Game 2 has to be on your mind now.
Oh, build your own wall stun combo here. Vladdy helps set up Targamas and helps put Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights into the dirt. There's a teleport towards the top side. A sapling is going to stop Super from backing. He won't even get the joy of seeing the Nexus fall on his own screen.
Targamas throws down a steadfast presence to force Super to execute, and that's about the best you can get this game. The Nexus turrets are done, and Karmine Corp make a statement. And it is that we are here to demolish you. A clean, clinical game from the French team. The blue wall is 10 miles high.
Karmine Corp. Strike first in El Clasico. 1 death between them on the entire team, and that's on Targamas, who I think was absolutely stellar that game. This was not close. Both of these teams walked away, I think, with pretty convincing 2-0s yesterday. If anything, you looked at that late game from Game 2 of Karmine Corp versus Vitality, and you say, oh, well, what do you have?
And that just leaves Kana to last pick that Jace you were talking about. And now you've got Wukong, you've got Jace, you've got a very nasty skirmish and team fight comp here, especially if you can get the Kalista rolling things. I don't know whether 2 people will survive this dive all that well against 4. Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights here with a lot of members. Here comes the dive. It'll be Alvaro going forward to the grand entrance, and immediately down into the bailout goes Targamas. Renata cannot save her biz, get anything rolling. This feels a little bit more like the Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights we've come to know over the last few weeks here in the LEC. Elioya will claim the grubs as well, so they'll trade in those objectives to boot. We have a look around as Yike looks to try and steal away some grubs. Not some grubs, some raptors, I apologize, but he's going to be spotted out doing this, and Jojo's coming on a roam, going to try and force out a flash or perhaps an ult. The cycle comes on down, shuffle back towards his team. Elioya will hop forwards. Flash for a Dragon's Rage, and now Vladdy's in danger too. Trying to run away. The shield from Targamas might be enough. The turnaround! Arcane here to stay. Wonderful Storm.
A little bit to go towards the grubs instead. And as we said before, you know, you have a lot of poke, your siege is pretty good with the Karma if you start grouping up later. Get themselves that first grub. Lisa, not the best securer of these, gets 1, won't be able to rush down the other 2 before Karmine Corp stick their heads in and wonder if they have something to play around here.
Mirwin is here, so is Targamas and Yike though. It looks like Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights say, look, that's the end of that one. Mirwin will try for the Q steal, won't quite find it with the Soul Flare and will back away.
Oh, he's got a second one. There's no smite just this time. Does he have the ult? Nah, he needs to collect a wave. Okay, 4-2 on the grubs. So Karmine Corp denied.
They're going to start stacking them in now, though. Keep going on forwards. Yike's there as well. I don't think Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights will be able to contest that, so...
This one down a little bit lower. Yike is not going to be able to clear out the wave, and that will be first turret of the game over to Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights, and they'll pick up 1 of the... Choosing not to fight. I think they'd rather fight in the Dragon in 1 minute. If they don't fight that, then I think there's an issue. Because I don't really think you want to give Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights the ability to get to 2 items on the Xayah and the Azir. And the Karma as well is going to be really obnoxious later into the game, whilst also being a constant source.
They'll head over towards the turret. We'll claim this one all the while. Not that much is happening on the other side of the map, so it will just be a free turret to Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights.
I expect it.
Starting up the Dragon. Karmine Corp still trying to find a way on in here. They just don't have the control, though. It'll be very tricky to force it. Targamas flash for a handshake. Jojo dies! Flash after the Emperor's survival, not keep him alive. And now Elioya and the rest of MKOI forced to run away. Mirwin on the side looking for the Soul Flare. Gets it onto Vladdy, but it doesn't lead to that much damage. There's enough shields around with the Siphon powered. Onto the Dragon we go, and the Ren stack's just not on in. Fate's Call used. Hostile takeover, and Alvaro running away with the quickness, but he's just not quick enough. Just about survives now. Elioya into the backline, tries to get onto Vladdy, who's fallen down into a bailout, gets more back to life as he flashes on in with a Hex Tech Ray renamed after after his rework, and Mirwin has some spears pulled out of him. It's an awful acupuncture session, and Karmine Corp come alive in this game.
Karmine Corp clutch it out. Targamas taking away Jojo at the start of the fight. Absolutely crucial. Atakan spawned. Mid lane turret is going to fall. I think with that HP it was likely to anyway, especially with the good siege and range of Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights.
Been the doom of a few teams. Even just earlier today, we saw a bit of a fumble. Ghostblade just popped by Kana, looking to get onto a Mirwin. The Karma not the easiest to lock down, will be thrown back with a thundering blow on the Jays. Gets handshook as well, and Mirwin, that's just too far.
Thinks he's safe pushing up the lane, and he's not. The Ghostblade movement speed from Kana making the difference, allows him to punt him back. They take a turret, they take the Atakan, and once again, Karmine Corp more clean in the run-up to these objectives in the last couple we've seen. Now they have themselves a great situation. Again, last game, they had the Atakan into the soul. This game, even with
the Zai can keep ordering, it's hard work still.
Yeah, of course, the last time we saw them, just kind of pops that Ghostblade, always a little bit scary when you hear that screech. What's he looking to do? Not that much right now.
On to Alvaro, who's got enough visual. Looks for the quickness into the backline, but Fate's Call denies the pick onto Targamas. Juice chunk onto Yike nonetheless. And Berserk, courtesy of a hostile takeover. This business plan is pretty damn nasty from Karmine Corp. They pull away, they get the kill on too soon.
Targamas to finish it off. They will get themselves once again a very early Dragon Soul. The objective control from Karmine Corp has been fancy summoner spells. Vladdy and Kana both going to be able to get back out onto the map if that poke war is lost a little bit. Of course, the same can be said of Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights. Trying to starve up a Vision. That's a really good arcane storm.
Goes into the backline, doesn't really get all that much done with the quickness. It's just a quick trip to the grave. He's down. Super goes up into the air for the Feather Storm. Just doesn't matter that much. Has to flash away. Does stay alive at least this time. Yike also up and about. Did not fall down despite the HP bar trades. You have our lost your support. Baron's up, and Karmine Corp head on over. I think they might start this one up. Are they just going to pick up the wards?
Yike is very low HP. He can tank up a little bit with the clone. Do Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights know this is happening, and can they do anything about it? They're teleporting in.
Mirwin's going to get a Defiance to the heal, but no counter flashes out on the end of that tether. So Mirwin shields himself and backs away. Targamas still low. They know it's happening now, courtesy of Foresight Alteration. Vladdy on a flank will be spotted out. Over the back end of this, can look for his deal, but it's still into a Callista Ren. Goes and steals it! He steals the Baron! Again! Karmine Corp fail a Ren Smite combo. It happened the other day. They pick up a kill afterwards. Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights!
In 2 days where they make a similar mistake with the Callista.
And again, I echo what Hysterics and Dagda said then, is actually maybe we have to hold that. Mirwin's been engaged on the cyclone, comes down. It's still a very tanky Karma. In goes Alvaro though with the quickness, and Yike's in danger. Goes Berserk, courtesy of the hostile takeover, stays alive for a second or two. Yike burning but alive. Super into the air, got the feather pull onto Callista, who still survives. The Arcane Storm claims that one. They go 3 down. They got the Baron, but Karmine Corp lose no members in that fight.
Oh yeah, Karmine Corp slap back, lose a Baron, take the kills. Who cares after that point? I don't think now that Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights are going to be able to use this objective. How did that setup happen in the first place? Left alone in that mid lane, unsupported by some other members away from the lane, and gosh, that chase is starting to really hurt. Karmine Corp spare their blushes of losing that objective. They have a Renata and they have the gold lead bluntly as well. It's much easier for them to play out these fights. Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights, if they want this to go to 3 games, are going to have to outplay a difficult scenario. Yike!
Oh, they've got it onto Jojo! He can't hit the arm guard. He's taken out Super, trying to hit him. Massive 3-man knockup. The Berserk, the hostile takeover, lives up to its namesake. An Arcane Storm. It's a Category 5 disaster. Karmine Corp wipe Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights off the rift. They're going to 2-0 the series.
Inclement weather comes in from the mid laner of Karmine Corp, and Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights cannot outplay the late game.
That Baron still gave you a moment of hope. They had control over the river. It felt like their time, and an engage come through, and Movistar KazaLoLLCShighlights blink and you miss them. Their health bars are all gone. The game is gone. It's just a weekend of 2-0s, and Karmine Corp reap the rewards. They are going on to the upper bracket.
Besides a Baron steal, it really felt like it was all blue here today in El Clasico, as apparently they call it. What a clean series around objectives from Karmine Corp. Really good reserve play, showing that it's not just about getting the early game bot lane lead and then just seriously the fact that the individual players on Karmine Corp are on such good form right now. I think Kana had another good series as well. I think that Vladdy on that Victor was absolutely insane. That Chaos Storm at the end gave us a lot of fireworks to talk about. There is no weak player currently on Karmine Corp. They're on an incredible form.
They really, really are. And it does make it exciting because I think for a lot of years now in the LEC, it's felt like it's G2 and everyone else trying to play in their league. This time, Karmine Corp might be one of those teams who can really, really contend. And speaking of which, Laura is standing by with Targamas to break down that series.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm Laure, standing by with Targamas in the Marriott Bonvoy post-game check-in. They've been like this all weekend. I was at home, but I was listening to them, and
yeah, it's pretty amazing.
I feel like it's an echoed sentiment from experts from the community, from other players, from your fans. You're trending right now, Targamas, and I do feel like it's completely deserved. Amazing year from you so far. I know you've been very vocal about the struggles you had last year, but the amazing performance you've been having this year. Tell me about you went from night and day performances.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know. Like, I just feel good right now. Like, I feel like playing well in scrims. I'm just having a good time with my team, you know, like I've said before here. And yeah, it just shows in my gameplay, I guess.
It seems easy when you say it like this, but I'm just wondering, is there any process for you to keep on trusting yourself when everyone is doubting you, when maybe you're doubting yourself? How do you manage to come back and shine the way you've been shining so far?
I mean, I think I never really lost confidence in myself. Like, I've always knew that I had it in me, you know, that deep down I'm a good player. It just maybe sometimes I don't play good, but I guess it happens to every player. But yeah, I think support role is really a role where you shine or you don't shine. If your team is like not winning, then you will be an Inter, and if your team is winning, then you can try more stuff, like you can be more free to do mistakes because you're still winning, you still like your carries are in a good position, so you're free to try for more engage without looking like an Inter. So yeah, I think that's what's happening right now.
So let's talk about you guys winning, because I think it's an understatement to say that K-Corp right now is a contender for the title. Do you feel like a top team though?
I think we felt
Merci les gars. Well. All right. We're going to let your voice rest for a bit. I want to hear what he has to say. Thank you so much, guys.
I think we've been feeling like a top team since the beginning. Like already when we started boot camping, like the scrims were going good. Like the main teams you're always looking at are Fnatic and G2. And if the scrims are going like good or decent against them, then you feel like you can actually contest, right? Of course, on stage it's always different because you're like the new team, the new guys, and then they're the old guys, the teams that have been winning in the past. So we kind of need to break that. And I mean, I think we have like a lot of confidence, and I'm really excited to play best of 5 next week.
Well, if I may bring a bit of nuance here. Before coming on stage, I ran into Rea, your head coach, and I was congratulating him about your 2-0 today. And he was like, do you know what he's referencing here when he didn't seem quite convinced maybe about the second game?
I mean, I think the second game was kind of weird. Like, I feel like we were shaking a lot. Like, maybe we felt like we were weaker than what we actually were. And I kept saying, no, guys, with Kalista, he's mega strong. We need to fight. But we felt like in the game we had to give a lot of stuff. So we for sure have to like re-talk about that, because for sure that was not good, and we let them have too much space. So I think that's why he's not that happy. But we got the win. So
all right, you guys got the win in the end, and you got the Kia Player of the Series today. Congratulations!
Thank you.
You told me about the fact that you never lost confidence. You always believed in yourself. But I want to challenge this. What do you think you're missing to become the best support in the league and a better player than what you are right now?
I mean, I think two things. Probably like some consistency, because it's true that you can't be like the greatest support if you're inting half of the games, right? So I can give that to my biggest haters. And the trophies, of course.
And the trophy, of course. One step away from this trophy, actually, you're going to face off against G2 next week. You won with G2 in the past. It's a rite of passage. You have to be G2 to access the title. Tell me how you think this series is going to go and what we could expect KC versus G2. A banger series ahead, of course.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a banger, like the first best of 5 as well. If I'm not mistaken, they've been cooking some pretty crazy stuff this week. So I guess they're going to cook even more for next week. So I think it's going to be fun because we're going to have some stuff prepared on our own as well. And yeah, I mean, for sure we need to, if we want to get the title, we need to be G2, right? There's no other way. And yeah, I'm really looking forward for it.
And I really want to see what the KC French cuisine is going to be about next week. Targamas, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much for the interview. That's all for us here on the stage. Let's toss over to PGL with Jiniro, Odo, Cam.